So what most people don't know about Jeff is that last year you had a heart attack, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Last year, at the age of 48, I had my first and hopefully my last heart attack, and it's quite a poignant weekend this weekend because this is Easter weekend right now, and it was this time last year that I was here at my parents' house having some rest and recuperation because I'd just been discharged from hospital and I'd come here to rest, and we just happened to be here again 1 year later having the Easter weekend with my mum and dad. And so what had happened is that I'd been at a gym class, a HIIT class, and I was driving home from this gym class, and I happened to be talking to Jackie on the phone, and I was meant to go and pick something up, and I said to her, I don't think I'm going to go pick that thing up. I think I'm just going to come home because I feel really weird. And so it turns out I was having a heart attack as I was driving home. And it was only when getting into A&E that the doctor there said to me, yeah, you've definitely got a heart attack. And then they called in the team to basically put a stent in my valve, and I've still got a tiny little scar here on my wrist that they pushed it up. And it was lying on the bed, having to sign this form before I went into the operation, where I basically had to sign a form that said that I acknowledge that I may not survive this operation. And it was sort of in that moment that I thought to myself, shivers, do you know what? I don't actually have life insurance. And Jackie was 7 months pregnant at that time. I've got 4 older children, and that was quite a scary position to be in, being in that vulnerable position at that time.
Yeah, and we were going into, I remember they were about to transfer you, and you said, can everybody leave the room? I took a little clip, and that was the moment that I realized, oh my gosh, I may never see him again.
Right. Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Like, I have to totally admit that I was one of those people that just thought life insurance was for other people and it wasn't for me. All right. And it wasn't something that I took particularly seriously, because in my mind, I was totally 100% confident that I was going to live to 95 years old, and there's longevity in my family. People in my family do live quite old, and so I had considered myself to be above dying early. And so, as you can imagine, it was actually quite a full-on confrontation to me, to my ego, to everything, to realize, oh geez, maybe I'm not actually one of these people that's going to live as long as I thought. And life insurance is probably something that I should have taken a lot more seriously when I was younger.
Yeah. So what's your view now? What would you say to people who feel that way? Because I know a lot of people do. You think death is way far away. I don't really need to worry about life insurance.
I think that my message, like, if I could go back and do it again, I would actually just sign up for life insurance in my 20s or 30s when it's really, really cheap, and you just sign up for it and you just hold on to it. Just leave it, and that's what I would do if I could repeat that process. I would just basically accept that this is something that someone in my position should do. Being in a family and a father and other people to provide for, that I should just accept that is something that I just need to do, and just make that or accept that that's just an expense that comes with.
For more financial tips, advice, and education, subscribe to us on YouTube, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.